So, are you getting sales on your Shopify store, but you're constantly looking at your bank account wondering, where is the profit? It's a really common feeling. But here's the thing. Your business probably isn't broken, it just has a hidden leak. In this explainer, we're going to find it, and more importantly, we are going to fix it.
Does this sound like you? You're juggling like a dozen different roles. You're the marketer, you're the shipper, your customer service. Your to-do list is just a mile long. But when you look at your finances, the numbers just don't seem to match up with all that hard work. You know, this state of operational chaos, it's totally normal, but it's also a major warning sign.
And it's a warning sign we have to take seriously. Because here's the stark reality, and this is a bit of a shocker. Studies show that a staggering 82% of small businesses fail because of poor cash flow management. It's almost never a lack of passion or even a bad product. It's about not knowing the numbers. That's why getting clarity on your finances isn't just, a nice to have. It's literally everything for your business's survival. To make this super simple, let's think about your business like it's a bucket. Okay? Every single sale you make is like water you pour into that bucket. That's your revenue. The profit, well, that's the water that's actually left in the bucket for you to use. The problem is, tiny little hidden leaks can drain that bucket before you even realize what's happening. So today, we are officially going on a leak hunt.
Our hunt starts with the biggest and, honestly, the most common culprit of them all, the pricing leak.
This whole leak is about something called gross margin. Now, don't let the business term intimidate you. All it really means is this. For every dollar you make in sales, what percentage do you actually get to keep after paying for the product itself? That's it. It's the purest way to see how profitable your products are before any other expenses kick in. And here's how you figure it out. You take your retail price, you subtract your COGS, and then you divide that number by the price. So what are COGS? That stands for cost of goods sold, and it's the true landed cost of your product. That means what you paid for the item, plus the shipping to get it to you, plus any custom packaging you use. You have to include all three of those to get a real, honest number. So go ahead, calculate that for your best-selling product. You got your number? Okay, here's the benchmark. For branded e-commerce products, you really want a gross margin of at least 40%. If your number is below that, well, congratulations, you've just found your first leak. All right, next up is leak number 2, the marketing leak. Now, this one is really dangerous because it can feel like you're making progress when you're actually just digging yourself a financial hole. This leak is all about a metric called customer acquisition cost, or CAC for short. Put simply, it's the average amount of money you have to spend on ads to get one person to become a paying customer. And I mean a new paying customer. Not a follower, not a subscriber, someone who actually buys something. Finding your CAC is pretty straightforward. Just look at your total ad spend for last month across Facebook, Google, TikTok, wherever you're spending money, and then divide that by the number of new customers you got in that same time period. Go ahead, pull up your numbers, and do that quick math. Okay, now for the real aha moment. Compare the CAC number you just calculated to the gross profit you make from a customer's first order. Which number is higher? If you're paying more to get a customer than you actually make from their very first purchase, you're looking at a huge, unsustainable leak that you need to plug, like right now. And finally, we have leak number 3, the cash flow leak. This one is the sneakiest of them all because it's not actually an expense. It's your own money, just trapped where you can't get to it. So I want you to just picture your inventory for a second. Every single one of those boxes sitting on a shelf or in a fulfillment center, that isn't just a product. It's cash. It's cold, hard cash that you can't spend on marketing or new product ideas or, paying yourself. So how do you know if you have this leak? Well, look for these signs. Do you have products that haven't sold in more than 90 days? Is your bank account always feeling just a little too tight with no room for new marketing tests? Are you still trying to track all your inventory by hand on a spreadsheet? Or maybe you just got a little too excited and bought way too much stock based on an optimistic guess. Each one of these is a symptom of cash being trapped inside your inventory. Okay, so we've just diagnosed the 3 most common leaks. And I know that can feel a little overwhelming. But the good news is for every single leak, there is a specific plug. So let's shift from diagnosis to action. Here are the plugs for your leaks. It's pretty simple. For that pricing leak, you have 2 main levers. You can either raise your prices Or you can go back to your suppliers and renegotiate to lower your COGS to hit that 40% margin. For the marketing leak, turn off all the ads that aren't profitable. Double down only on the channels where your CAC is safely below your profit per sale. And for the inventory leak, turn that old stock back into cash. Run a big flash sale, create a bundle, do whatever you can to liquidate products older than 90 days and get that money working for you again.
Now, these one-time fixes are really powerful, but the real long-term solution is to build a financial control panel for your business. And this really just comes down to 3 things: knowing your numbers, being consistent about checking them, and using the right tools. And for tools, you don't need to break the bank. You just need the right app for the right job. A great place to discover them is a directory like getecomtools.com, where you can see reviews and comparisons for everything from profit trackers to inventory management apps.
And that really brings us right to the heart of this whole thing. This quote from the source material, it just says it all. That anxiety and that chaos that you feel as a founder, it's not a personal failing. It's just a symptom of uncertainty. Gaining clarity on your numbers is the single most effective way to replace that anxiety with genuine confidence.
And to help you do exactly that, we've created the perfect tool to put all of this into action: a totally free spreadsheet called the Solopreneurs Financial Dashboard. It is pre-built to track all 3 of these leaks for you. So your next step is clear: take control. Download the free dashboard using the link in the description and start turning that chaos into clarity. I mean, just imagine what you could build if you weren't constantly worried about where the money went.